Okay, trig review, common assessment review. I'm just going to try and explain what we did in case anybody missed any of these problems when we were in class. Okay, we have 132 degrees, 58 minutes, and 22 seconds. To change that to a decimal, we leave the 132 alone. We do the 58 over 60, and we do the 22 over 3600. Okay, what you end up doing then is just adding that on your calculator, and final answer is going to be 132.973 if I go to 3 decimals. Okay, if we convert from a decimal to degrees, minutes, and seconds, I leave the 209 alone. I multiply the 64 by 60. Which is 38.4. I multiply the 0.4 times 60 again. So 0.4 times 60 again is 24. So this would be 209 degrees, 38 minutes, and 24 seconds. Okay, find the measure of the smaller angle by the clock. We're just going to assume that it is a 90-degree angle and not worry about movements on the clock. It's fairly easy to see. It's a picture on your final. Okay, a tree casts a shadow, so we have 2 similar triangles. Okay, one triangle is going to be 38 for the shadow at meters, and we do not know its height. Then our statue is 34 centimeters tall, and its shadow is 69 centimeters. So we just do x over 38 equals 34 over 69. We cross multiply, final answer 18.725 meters. Okay, that takes care of the first page. Okay, second page. We have similar triangles. Again, we know that C is 44. We know that A is 20. And we know that B is 60. We actually have 2 triangles. Of course, both right triangles. We have a 44 and an 80 and an X and a 60. So again, what we do there is the 2 ratios. So 44 over 80 is x over 60. So answer is 33. Okay, suppose that the theta is in standard position and the given point is on the terminal side. Okay, if you think about where this would be on the coordinate plane. Okay, 18 and 24 could be somewhere there. That becomes my terminal side of my angle. I draw my right triangle. 18 is the x, so that's the over part. 24 is the y, so that's the up part. This is your c, or your radius. So you're going to do 18 squared plus 24 squared is going to give us our c squared. C is going to be 30 if you solve that out. You now have all the pieces of your triangle. So we're looking for all of the trig functions. So pretty much sine of the angle is going to be, so here's my angle. Oops, that might have been on the picture. So here's my angle. So opposite is the 24, adjacent and hypotenuse. So answers there would be sine is 4 over 5, cosine is 3 over 5, tangent is 4 over 3, and then your reciprocals, of course, cosecant will be 5 over 4, secant will be 5 over 3, and cotangent will be 3 over 4. Okay, evaluating number 7. we need to know where these pieces are on our coordinate plane. Okay, 360 is here, 270 is here on a unit circle. This is 1, 0 on a unit circle. This is 0, negative 1. So 7 times the tan of 360 plus 6 times the cosecant. Okay, tan of 360, tangent is y over x. So if we're here, y over x is going to be a 0. So we can put 7 into the tan of 360. Okay, we go back here and we need a cosecant. Cosecant of 270. We're using the two values here, the 0 and the negative 1. And cosecant is r over y, or 1 over y. So 1 over negative 1 is negative 1. So I'm going to go back over here. Tangent of 360 was 0. Cosecant was of 270 was negative 1. So 0 plus negative 6. So final answer, negative 6. Okay, that takes us through the first 2 pages. So number 8, we're finding the value of the variable. So we're dealing with reciprocals. So we know that secant of x is equal to 1 over the cosine of x. So these two values have to be the same. So again, that theta is really an x. So all we have to do is 5x plus 33 equals 8x minus 24. Okay, we're doing basic algebra. So minus 5x minus 5x. So I'm going to need to, this will become a number. This I'm going to move over to the other side. So plus 24 plus 24. Okay, so 57 is equal to 3x. X is equal to 19. So in this case, then theta is going to be 19. Okay, if you take a look at the fundamental identities to find the value of the trigonometric function, we're looking for sine when cosine is 2 over 3, and we're in quadrant 4. Okay, we're down there. Okay, cosine is the x value. So cosine is going to be not triangle. Use fundamental identities. My apologies. We need to use our sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. So again, if we know cosine, we're trying to find sine, so sine squared is going to be 1 minus cosine of theta, so 1 minus 2 over 3 squared. So sine squared theta is going to be 1 minus 4 over 9. I'm going to change this to 9 over 9. So sine squared theta is going to be 9 minus 4, or 5 over 9. Take the square root of both sides. Sine is going to be square root of 5 over 3. And I'm in quadrant 4, so all students take, I'm in quadrant 4, all students take calculus. So cosine has to be positive, but that means sine has to be negative. So our answer is going to be B. Okay, find the exact values of the indicated trigonometric functions. We're trying to find sine of A and cosine of A. Okay, there's our 90-degree angle. We're standing on A, so this becomes opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So sine of A is opposite over hypotenuse, 40 over 50, or 4 over 5. Cosine of A is adjacent over hypotenuse, or 3 over 5. Okay, that takes us to number 10. Okay. Okay, we're going to take a look at 11. Without using a calculator, give the exact trigonometric function value with rational denominators. Okay, we have at secant of 30, if we draw our triangle, or first quadrant, this is an angle of 30. So this becomes an angle of 60. So this is 1/2. This is square root of 3 over 2. And this is 1. So secant is going to be 1 over x. So secant of 30 is 1 over x, which is 1 over square root of 3 over 2. If you're dividing by a fraction, you're really multiplying by the reciprocal. So 1 times 2 over square root of 3. So 2 square root of 3, we have to rationalize, so square root of 3, square root of 3. So 2 square roots of 3 over 3, and you're in the first quadrant, so it has to be positive. Okay, right in terms of the cofunction of a complementary angle, remember tan and cotangent are cofunctions. To find this number, we just do 90 minus 76. So that is the cotangent of 14. Number 13, secant and cosecant, again, are cofunctions. So the secant of x is equal to the cosecant of 90 minus x. So these two values have to actually equal 90. They're complementary. So x plus 3 plus 2x is 90. 3x plus 3 is 90. We subtract 3 from both sides. 3x is 87. So x, or theta, is going to be 29. Okay, number 14, find the reference angle. So if I'm starting here, as always, at the 0, 0, I'm going around. So 180, I've got to be down here. So this is the value of 263.4 degrees. Remember, that's my reference angle. So in quadrant 3, we do 263.4 minus 180. So my reference angle is 83.4 degrees. So that takes us through 14. Okay, 15. Find the exact value, function value of cosine of 150. So again, if we do our coordinate plane, I'm going to 150. There's my degree. My terminal angle then becomes 30. Okay, I draw my triangle. I know that this is 1/2, this is square root of 3 over 2, and this is 1. So if I'm doing cosine, cosine is the x value. So it's square root of 3 over 2. However, we're in quadrant 2. So all students, so sine is plus, cosine is negative. So the answer is going to be C. Okay, number 16, cosecant of negative 120. Again, if we go around our circle, we're actually going this way, which means we need to find that value. So 360 minus 120. So this is an angle of 240, which means my reference angle is going to be 240 minus 180. So 240 minus 180. My reference angle is going to be 60. So 30. So we're going to be 1/2 square root of 3 over 2 and a 1. And I need cosecant. So cosecant is 1 over y. So cosecant is 1 over y, 1 over square root of 3 over 2. Just like before, we're dividing by a fraction, so we multiply by the reciprocal. So it's going to become 2 over square root of 3, and we rationalize. So 2 square roots of 3 over 3. And we are in quadrant 3, so all students take. So tan is positive, which means that cosecant and sine are negative. So answer is D. Okay, calculator button pushing. This is secant. You want to make sure you're in radians for a problem like this. Answer is negative 2.513. Number 18, you want to be in degrees. When you are looking for an angle button, it is an inverse. So you are going to be pushing tan of negative 1.5774. And then that answer is 30 degrees. Okay, number 19. We have our three pieces, so we have our angle at 32 degrees 40 minutes. We know one side, and we're actually only trying to find B. So we're standing here, so opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Okay, so we are doing, if we're looking for B, it's going to be a tangent function, so tangent of 32.667. Because that's changing that to a decimal. You can use the calculator, or the 40 divided by 60 part is going to equal 63.5, or opposite over the adjacent. We cross multiply. The answer is 99.037. If we actually would just want to practice and find the C, that would be the cosine. So cosine of 32.667 is going to equal, let's see, if we're doing cosine, we're doing adjacent over hypotenuse, so we're actually doing the 99.037 over the C, and that value would be, if you just want to practice, 117.646. Okay, solve the right triangle. Remember, you fill in what you know based on your picture. So if this is A, this is B, and this is C, this is little a, this is little b, and this is little c. So in the case of this in the case of this triangle, we have to fill in the little a of 1.8, the angle A of 48.4. Okay, don't forget angle C is just going to be 90 minus 48.4. So angle C, excuse me, sorry, angle B. Sorry, angle B is going to be 41.6 degrees. Okay, and then we're going to have to pick two functions to find both this piece and that piece. So we could take, we know this side, we could stand on angle A. So if we stood on angle A, that would make this the opposite, the adjacent, and the hypotenuse. So we could first say tangent of 48.4 is equal to 1.8 over B and cross multiply. Then we could also do a sine of 48.4 is equal to the opposite, 1.8 over C. So if we cross multiply both of these, B is going to be 1.598, and again, rounding could be a little bit different. C is going to be 2.407. Okay, that's number 20. I'm going to stop there because I'm not sure of the length of the videos I can upload. So this will be the first video. This will be 1 through 20.